Hey guys! So as you can probably tell from the title, you know what this video is going to be about. Well, it's a long-awaited video, really, for ages now, since like the end of, when was it, end of June? Was it end of July? End of June. I've been wanting to make this video pretty much since I started this channel actually, of, well, the question, if I can just cut to the point. I'm so bad, like I keep rambling, but why am I no longer attending university? Why am I not studying dietetics anymore? And this is going to be like a fruit mukbang as well, as you can tell from the title. So I've got some oranges and passion fruit here. I've got one big orange and two little passion fruits because I need to finish passion fruit today. I'm in a fruity mood, so this is like my lunch. But yeah, so why am I no longer at university? Is the question. A question that I still ask myself sometimes. Why am I no longer at university? It doesn't even make sense sometimes, but again, everything happens for a reason. Like, okay, I'll just tell you what happened. And the reason why, if you're watching this video and you think that if I've told you that I got kicked out, well, not kicked out, but if I've told you that I left university because I didn't enjoy the course or whatever, then I'm sorry if you feel like you're being lied to, but it was a very stressful time for me, and I don't like having to explain the whole situation because it's very detailed and I get so many questions from the people that I have told. I've obviously told my close friends and like my close family members, like my immediate family, they know, but basically it's just annoying to explain it to everyone, every single person, like extended family and like extended friends. So I'm sorry if I haven't told you the full story yet. So here it is. Basically, the first year of uni went absolutely fine. I got on well, I passed all my exams, and I had no issues at all with the tutors or with anyone else on the course in the whole university. I went on placement, everything was fine and dandy, I was happy. The second year, things kind of changed and got a bit awkward because, as you know, in September of last year I went vegan, so my views kind of changed on some aspects of things, but I would never let that affect my judgment. I never said in class, I never brought up veganism in class or to the lecturers or anything like that, so I don't see why there was an issue with me being vegan. But it kind of turns out that the lecturers did have an issue with me being vegan. And this was brought to their attention kind of thing because I have Twitter. Twitter is a big social media platform. And on my Twitter account I had been talking about veganism, talking about issues like the fact that meat and dairy are bad for you, that they're acidic for your body, that they're cancer growth promoting and things like this. Sharing studies, plant-based studies, just basically spreading the word about the benefits of a plant-based diet, which lots of people do on Twitter, and there's lots of vegan dietitians that also do the same thing, so that's why I'm kind of really baffled. I got into a lot of bother over my Twitter. I can't, because it's such a stressful time, my brain like always blocks off, like kind of like blocks out parts of my life that I don't like. I don't know why, it just happens, but I have trouble remembering, even though it was a few months ago, because it stressed me out so much. But basically the gist of it was the fact that they didn't like me promoting veganism so openly on social media, and the fact that I'm a student dietitian, and the fact, basically they said, we can't trust you to be a dietitian because what if you force your beliefs on patients? Now, I had never displayed me forcing my beliefs on any patient. The only placements that I have had is, well, one placement where I was never left alone with a patient. I didn't have the opportunity to force my beliefs on them. Well, I suppose I could have. I had been with patients, but not completely alone. I'd talked to patients, taken food diaries from patients, conversed with patients multiple times on my placement, and there was no issue at all. So yeah. So basically I had to go to a professional suitability. I realise I see basically a lot, but yeah, anyway. I had to go to a professional suitability panel where it was a very intimidating situation. I had to sit in front of a whole table of adults in like suits and stuff, and I was like, oh my god, this is so awkward, like, and there was just me by myself. Now, I kind of regret me going by myself because I did have the option to go to, what's it called, the Students' Advice Centre, or my local student union. I could have got someone to represent me, but I really didn't know much about the Students' Union, and I didn't realise that they could even help me. And when, after the whole thing had happened, I went to them and they said, you should have come to us before. Like, the girl was like, I could have helped you, like, I'm really sorry that this happened to you. If I was there, I would not have let that happen. Because the uni can be pricks, they can be bastards, and that's basically what she said. But yeah, basically I sat in front of the professional suitability panel, they interrogated me, they read out each of my tweets, and they were like, oh, like, do you believe that meat and dairy are bad for you? And like, because I'm an honest person, I'm not gonna be like, oh no, I was lying on my Twitter. Like, bitch, please, like, do you honestly think meat and dairy are good for you? Like, I'll be like, yes, this is my belief, I have science, I have articles, I have research to prove this. Like, if this is what I believe, this is what I believe, because it's what's true. And basically they're just like going through like, oh, like making me feel stupid, being like, oh, do you know that, like, have you done, like, I can't even remember what the module's called, but it was like, what is it? Critical analysis or something. Have you done like critical analysis of studies, and making me feel like shit. And I was like thinking in my head, yes bitch, I fucking got like a first on the coursework and the like for that, so I know how to critically analyse studies to see if they're good or not. Like, I'm not fucking thick. So anyway, that professional suitability panel meeting went on for like an hour, and then I had to sit outside for literally like another hour while the panel discussed whether I was suitable to continue on the course or not. So I was sitting in the little room, not really that stressed. I was like, okay, they can't kick me out of university. Like, the worst thing they're going to do is be like, oh, we feel uncomfortable with you writing that on your Twitter because we don't want you exposing the meat and dairy industry because we get funded by them. So I was like, the worst thing they can do is just like tell me off. But that wasn't actually the worst thing that they did. They called me in and I sat down, and they were like, okay, you've breached this code of conduct, you've breached this code of conduct. And then, oh, actually, I forgot to mention, on my Twitter I talk about healthy eating, and I like also like talked about like how I have like developed as a person. I used to like be really like weird about foods, and I used to freak out and obsess and calorie count and like restrict my eating and binge and stuff. And also before the meeting, there was one of my lecturers who was like looking through my Twitter, and she saw that and she was like, Shannon, like, did you have an eating disorder in the past? And I was like, well, not exactly. Like, I was not diagnosed with an eating disorder, but because I knew she read my Twitter, so I was like, but I had struggled a lot with eating in the past, but I'm in a better place now. And she sent me to occupational health to be reviewed by an occupational therapist, because she was like, oh, like, I don't know, I think she thinks that I had an eating disorder, but I'm lying to her or something. And she was like, oh, you did not disclose this before you started the course, this is lying to us. you have to disclose any medical information, and like they brought that they brought that up at the panel, and like everyone was looking at me like I was some kind of criminal, and I was like trying to explain to them, well, I never had an eating disorder, full-blown eating disorder. Like, eating disorders are more complex than just, oh, you lose a load of weight and then you go to the doctors and they write diagnosed with an eating disorder. Like, dietitians should know that, but they're just being a bit thick, I don't know. They're just being very like manipulative. So basically, I went back in after they discussed it and they said, because you've broken X, Y and Z code of conduct, and we can't be 100% sure that your beliefs won't influence your practice and won't harm your patients, so we're going to have to remove you from the course. And literally I was like, I didn't say anything, I just looked at them and then got up and like left. So yeah, that's what happened. I didn't cry or anything, I was just like emotionless kind of thing. I was like, what the fuck just happened? So that is the story. I basically got kicked out of university for being vegan. I haven't finished this, but I think I'm going to do a part 2 because my camera's dying, so I'm going to do part 2 will be uploaded shortly afterwards. Write your comments down below and let me know what you think. Bye! And don't forget to subscribe to my channel to be updated and aware of when part 2 is coming out. And yeah, hope to see you next time.